Okay guys, so today we're in lesson 4.1. We're going to be talking about equations and their solutions. So we're really going to be using our knowledge from our previous topic about how to write equations and how to substitute in numbers for our variables. So just as a little reminder, if we don't remember, a variable is any letter A through Z. And we use this if we have an unknown. If we don't know what something is, we can put this into our expression or equation to substitute for an item that we don't know what it is. So any letter A through Z. So example 1, Jordan received a $15 gift card for phone apps. He used $4.50 of the value and wants to buy one more app to use up the balance. Which app could he buy? So there's 3 apps. All Recipes is $9.50, Headliners Sports is $10.50, and Remote Desktop is $12. So the first thing we want to do is we want to write an equation here for this. So number 1, it says that he received $15. That means he has $15. So I'm going to set that up after my equal sign because we know that we have this. We know we have $15. He's used $4.50 of this, and we want to buy one more. And we don't know what this app is. We want to buy one more app, but we're unsure of what that app is going to be. So I'm going to use a variable here, and I'm just going to pick X. So we know that this $4.50 combined with our unknown is going to get us to our $15. So I'm going to say my $4.50 plus my unknown plus my extra app, that it has to equal $15 because that's how much money we have in our gift card. So now that we have our equation, we can start substituting in these values for our unknown, for our X, to see which one is going to work for us. So let's start plugging this into our equation. So number 1, we have $4.50. I'm going to write up the equation up here just so we can see it. So $4.50 plus X equals $15. So my first variable, my first value I'm going to substitute for my variable is $9.50. So I'm going to say $4.50 plus $9.50, and we want to see what this equals. So $4.50 plus $9.50 gets us to $14, and this does not equal $15. This little sign right here, whenever you see an equal sign with a little dash through it, that means not equals. So it does not equal 15, so I don't want to buy the All Recipes because I would still have one more dollar left over my gift card, and I want to maximize the entire gift card. So this All Recipes does not work for us. Next one is the Headliner. So I have $4.50 plus $10.50. And when I add those up, I do get $15. So that is equal to 15. So I know this could be an option. I know my Headliners could be an option. And let's see if our last one is. So I have $4.50 plus 12, which is going to get me to $16.50. And again, this does not equal 15, so this is not an option. So the only app I could buy would be my Headliners Sports app. And so I solved out all 3 of these, but once you guys start substituting in numbers for your variables, you might see, like, after the Headliners, we know $4.50 plus $10.50, that exactly equals $15. So I know that I couldn't buy anything more expensive than this $10.50 because it would go over my $15 gift card. So technically, we didn't even need to plug in for 12, substitute that in, because just looking at it, we know it's greater than $10.50, so it's not going to work for us. So just thinking about that as you're going through solving these problems. All right, example 2. Tracy received a $21 gift card for phone apps. She has used $9 of the value and wants to buy one more app. So this is exactly similar to the one that we just did, and actually already gave us our equation here. So you have $21 is equal to X plus $9. And here are items here. So Recipes is $9.50. Headline Sports is $10.50, and Remote Desktop is $12. So we're going to substitute in these variables just like we did before for X and see which one could we buy. So when we substitute them in, and I'm going to take off these point zeros because we don't need them, but if you want to keep writing them out just for you to be able to line up the decimals, you should, but I'm just going to keep them like this for now. So my first x is 950 plus 9, and when I add those up, I get 1850, which we know is not equal to 21, so that's not an option. Second one, I have 21 is equal to 1050. I'm substituting in 1050 for x plus 9, and that's equal to 1950, which again is too small, not equal to 21 yet. So let's try our last one. Remote desktop. So we have $12 plus $9, and that is equal to 21. So our remote desktop is our only option there. All right, last one. Walter's family is driving 300 miles to visit a relative. So we know he's driving 300 miles. So I'm going to set this equal to 300. And it says after driving for some time, and we don't know what this some time is. We have no idea what some is, so I'm going to put a variable there automatically. Don't know what that is. So after driving for some time, their GPS unit says Columbus is 65 miles. Columbus, 65 miles, exit next right. So that means that Columbus is 65 miles away. So they still have to drive 65 miles. Has Walter's family already driven 205, 235, 245, or 265 miles? So basically what this is saying is they've driven some miles and they still have 65 miles left. So we want to combine those two to figure out our total, which we know is 300. So I'm going to say x plus 65. So this is calculating out some, what we already drove, our unknown, and the 65 that we still have left. And those together equal our total trip, which is going to be 300 miles. So now what we want to figure out is what is our unknown? How many have we already driven? So which of these have we already driven? So let's plug in these numbers for x and see what works for us. So we have 205 miles first plus 65. What does this equal? And this equals 270. This is not equal to 300, so this one does not work. Let's try 235 plus 65. And this does equal 300. So we have driven 235 miles already. Now, if you guys wanted to, especially if you're ever taking a quiz or a test or doing an activity, you can go ahead and plug in these extra ones just to check yourself. However, we already know that 235 is exactly 300. So we know that going over it even by 1 mile, even if we had 236, we'd already be going over a total of 300. So there's really no need to check ourselves on those, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead. So basically keeping in mind for this topic is first writing out your equation, setting out these word problems as an equation, and then being able to substitute in different solutions to see, does this work? Is this a solution for my problem?